World War II was the deadliest conflict in human history, with over 60 million people killed. The war was fought between the Axis powers, led by Germany, Italy, and Japan, and the Allied powers, led by the United States, the Soviet Union, and Great Britain. The war lasted from 1939 to 1945 and involved most of the world's countries. The causes of World War II. There are many causes of World War II, but some of the most important include the rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party in Germany, the failure of the League of Nations to prevent aggression, the Great Depression, the rise of nationalism and militarism in Europe. The war in Europe. World War II began on September 1, 1939, when Germany invaded Poland. Britain and France responded by declaring war on Germany, but they were initially unable to stop the German advance. By the end of 1939, Germany had conquered Poland, Denmark, Norway, and the Low Countries. In 1940, Germany invaded France and quickly defeated the French army. The British government was forced to evacuate its forces from Dunkirk, and France was placed under German occupation. In 1941, Germany invaded the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union was initially overwhelmed by the German advance, but it eventually managed to turn the tide of the war. In 1942, the United States entered the war after the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. The United States provided the Allies with massive amounts of material aid, which helped to turn the tide of the war. In 1944, the Allies invaded Normandy, France. The invasion was a success, and the Allies began to liberate France from German occupation. In 1945, the Allies invaded Germany from the west and the Soviet Union invaded Germany from the east. The German army was quickly defeated, and Hitler committed suicide on April 30, 1945. The War in the Pacific. While the war in Europe was raging, the Japanese Empire was expanding its power in the Pacific. In 1941, the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, which brought the United States into the war. The Japanese quickly conquered much of Southeast Asia, including the Philippines, Indonesia, and Burma. However, the United States and its allies eventually began to push the Japanese back. In 1944, the United States invaded the Philippines. The invasion was a success, and the Philippines were eventually liberated from Japanese occupation. In 1945, the United States dropped atomic bombs on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The bombs caused massive destruction and death, and the Japanese government surrendered on August 15, 1945. The end of World War II. World War II ended on September 2, 1945, with the surrender of Japan. The war had a profound impact on the world, and its effects are still felt today. The legacy of World War II. World War II was a watershed moment in history. It led to the end of colonialism, the rise of the United States as a global superpower, and the Cold War. The war also had a profound impact on the way people think about war and peace. The war taught the world the importance of international cooperation and the need to prevent conflict. It also showed the destructive power of war and the importance of peace. World War II was a terrible tragedy, but it also led to a better world. The war helped to end colonialism, promote democracy, and improve the lives of millions of people. Conclusion. World War II was a complex and tragic event, but it is also a reminder of the importance of peace and cooperation. The war taught the world the cost of conflict, and it is our hope that we can learn from the mistakes of the past and build a better future. Thank you for watching this video about World War II. I hope you found it informative and engaging. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below.